Okay. Well. Hello, everyone. I hope your day is going very well. So I'm gonna talk about this. And I know that this stream was supposed to go out like a a week ago, around the time that I was gonna go to the hospital, around the time that I generally was gonna do this. I was gonna do this last Friday. So lag quite a bit, but what I want to talk about is the Need for Speed Most Wanted Longplay, and I know that I was away last week because of of health troubles, and you know, I'm sorry for anyone who wanted to watch the stream, wanted to do the stream on last Friday, but I had some complications. But now I'm now feeling better now. I'm in less pain, and I'm out of the hospital. So you guys, I would say thank you for the support that has been going around the last week and a half. I really appreciate your support. I really do. It really means a lot to me ever since that I've gone through this time of just healing, and I hope to continue going on videos and such. Okay, damn it. Anyways, now, yeah, I apologize for any of that, but we're here now, and we're gonna talk about the Need for Speed Most Wanted Longplay. So I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts around this particular long play, and I know that I just ended it like a week or two ago. I would say before this stream happened, and from my perspective, I am gonna say this. From my perspective, the long play was such a success. Um, the few months, the months that went by to do this playthrough, to do this long play, I would say, um, it was quite an experience, really. And for those that, hold on, guys, I'll be back. I'll be back, and I'll get to you guys. So I'll be back. I think my parents are here, so I'll be back. Huh? See? Okay, so anyways. Like I was saying, like the the playthrough, the long play, whatever you want to call this, was an experience, and I'll give you my perspective on things, and this was one playthrough that took me long, and I'll give you that. It took me a long time to think about this. I would probably say one of my longest. like a playthrough slash long play, whatever you want to call this. Like it was probably one of my first and probably longest long play that I ever done, and um, yeah, the live streams are really great. Most of them had really great moments. You know, I was very, like, you could say that it was 50-50. So one thing I would like to point out when doing this playthrough, I'll I'll point it out and I'll give it straight to you. Um, there were I would say like the longest blacklist. If anybody's gonna ask that question, the longest blacklist that I think was ever conceived for me. Like I would say one of the longest blacklists that took me a long time to finish was probably either number three, either the first, either the top three. The top three were the longest blacklist to ever be completed because it was like super difficult. I remember, I remember like just raging because of like moments that the police that the cops in the game, the AI was just so relentless in the game. And I remember that moment considering that like like I had a good experience with the game, but there were really moments that just made me so frustrated because of the sheer AI, and it was very it was just very time consuming, I would say the least, and probably one of the longest pieces of the playthrough was just getting to the top three, I would say, and considering how many races milestones they were during that time and how much bounty you had to accumulate because the bounty was getting really high during that time, and you know those were moments that I had really like frustrating moments at the least with the game. So though that was probably one of the highlights of the game, and just getting to customize you know piece of cars that I wanted to get to. And I know we didn't really get to do much customization because I wanted to save the in-game money for performance parts and like just making it look good. But another pitiable moment was that I yeah, you are right. I would say I would say like 90% of the time they were kind of dull moments. Like I to be honest, if I were able to do this ever again, if I were able to do gonna give it another chance, I would say I would be wanting to do this again. And considering how long it was, you know, I'm willing to give this another chance. If like I'm like somewhere in the near future, because I just done this playthrough, so I'm not gonna do it all over again. But like I said, you have reason. You have reason. Like most of the streams are full of like moments that were kind of boring, I would say. And I would be I would be lying if I wasn't gonna say that that these were not at the least boring, because some of the moments I would say were kind of boring. Most of the moments of the dull moments are just like me not talking, um or me uh just like kind of messing around and not really doing anything else. Some of those moments were kind of just, yeah, you know, it was just, yeah. And I'm gonna be honest, you are right. You are absolutely right. Yeah, cause like I would be lying if I said this particular like long play didn't have any dull moments in there. Which I will come out and admit, like yes, it did have some dull moments in there where it just felt like really ongoing. Like it's like, think of it as like a run-on sentence. Like think of it as like a sentence that never stops, and you're trying to like you know kind of get to the next part, but it's not letting you because of the run-on sentence. You see, like that's kind of how I kind of pictured this playthrough. It could have been like it is at some moments. Like it's kind of like a run-on sentence, but like I said, towards like the end, or like during the police chases, there were some moments that like were very were just very action based, to be honest. Um, Yeah, the police chases were always fun. I'll admit, if if I didn't if I started the races like if I how do I say this without contradicting myself? Um I'm already forgetting my train of thought now. So the police chases were great. I'll admit it. The police chases were great, and some of the time there were some dull moments, especially in the um in the races, especially in that race, especially in those races. Like I said, there were many moments that I could have done better with the playthrough. I could have done this, and I could have done something in a particular race that could have been an interesting moment, but I didn't. And I'm gonna flat out admit it, and I'm not gonna lie to you and say that every bit of this playthrough was perfect, which I would say anything is not perfect. But like I said, I want to try better when I when I get the chance to do this again, which will be like in the near future, maybe like I would say maybe like down the line, I would say like maybe towards like the middle of next year, I would say. But like I said, I I will admit when I have done many things wrong with this. So when it comes to these playthroughs, I will admit them. And considering that this playthrough, I wanted it to go smoothly, which it did. I will admit, and there were really good moments. Yeah, one of the most notable moments for like the police chases. The police chases were were pretty much kind of the highlight, I would say. The the police chases were some of the highlight of the game, I would say, and and strongly when I believe that this game has so much of an emphasis of police chasing you. Like you have to go through milestones in order for you to progress through the game. And one of the things that I'll say about this game, to be honest, is it kind of does get repetitive throughout the story. I'll admit it. It does get repetitive throughout the story, and um, you know, I think I heard this like in the Need for Speed Most Wanted retrospective 13 years later. It's by a user. I'm not gonna name the user, but he's a really good user. He's done a couple of retrospectives on the Need for Speed games that you guys you should check out. He's got a really great perspective on the Need for Speed series, and one of the things that he said that was kind of a highlight of the retrospective was like the rate of how the game goes. Like you progress through, so you go through first, like you go through 3 races, then you go through races, you go through milestones, you collect your bounty, and then the process repeats, but with higher incentive. Like with higher incentive, like like it starts to kind of repeat itself quite a bit. And one of the most notable things, like it's just like that's kind of one of the flaws with this game, that it's kind of repetitive in some instances. And like I get it. Like the game is loved by so many people, but it just had a lot of flaws that it I wish that it wouldn't have. Like the milestones and the milestones were the most notable, that it was just really repetitive. And then some races were just really long and just really short at the same time. I hated the longer races, the circuit races. I stayed away from those. But like I said, yeah, like that's kind of the flaws of the game. And I feel as this game, yeah, it does have some good moments. Don't get me wrong. This game has good moments where it shines. It shines, and especially when it comes to the cars. But like I'm gonna say again, like this game does have some major flaws that it should have been fixed from the beginning. And when looking at the development for this game, I was quite surprised. And when considering that things are gonna be really different, uh, it would have been a good experience overall too. And I'm not saying that Need for Speed Most Wanted '05 was not a good experience. Don't get me wrong. It was truly a good game, but with some minor inconveniences throughout the way. So, that's where I'm kind of getting at this point. So, yeah, and speaking of development, uh, some of the things that I think I kind of figured out while I was doing while I was doing my research for this was like the police. It was like the police things too. The next ones will be great. Would be great. Yeah, like I would say so. Um, yeah. The development was. I'm gonna say this. The development was kind of a mixed bag. So apparently there was gonna be like 16 Blacklist members. I think it was like gonna be Rog. Rog was supposed to be the 16th Blacklist member, but then I think he can't switch to like an ally, along with me, I believe too. Yeah, the development history, because if I noted, I think I noted this in the development history video. If I could find it, I could find it across my channel essentially, since I kind of am gonna kind of scroll through this and see what I got here in terms of it. So let's see. Come on. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my content here. So let's see. So I put it in a playlist. So it was the okay, the development history videos are two of them. Just only two. I was gonna make the other one. I was gonna do another one. Let's see. See if I can find the videos. There we go. So the icon of racing games. So I did a little video on Need for Speed Most Wanted, the development history. Um, one of the notable things that I'll say here is that the blacklist was a little different other than that. So, Mia was supposed to be number 3, and then 16 was gonna be Rog. Rog was like a ally to you. Same with Mia, because they called you during the story, and Razor too as well. So I definitely would say this game was gonna be even better. Like, development wise, it was gonna be even better. Police, the police, what is it? The cop speech, the police speech. Apparently the cops, the heat level that you were gonna get were like up to level 10. So like uh like they were gonna go up to level 10, and in one of those instances it was like uh they said, like, this is not a drill. We're going up to level 10. This is not a drill. We're moving up to level 10. Yeah, so there was gonna be 10 levels for the Need for Speed Most Wanted. There was gonna be 10 heat levels, including a bunch of locations that were not even used in the game at all. I think So I looked at some videos, and they were gonna include like a junkyard, an airport, some other locations that were ultimately cut from the game, and essentially that's what the game was gonna probably be, but apparently EA didn't give the developers enough time to implement those like groundbreaking things that were gonna be in the game, to be honest. And I'm gonna say it again, like this game, like it has some good moments, but it would have benefited um from what was gonna be, from what it was supposed to go in development. Like there was gonna be a cash grab mode, a lot of new cars were gonna be there. There was even an instance of the BMW even being in the car selection too. Even Honda too. There was a lot of different. There was a lot of different you know like different things that were left over from development, and it to me it feels like it's kind of sad that this game could have been a little bit more better, considering how things would have gone if these weren't cut from the game. And there are specific mods for this particular game in particular. One of the most notable ones is the Need for Speed Most Wanted beta content mod too, from some person I can't even remember, but he like this one I think this one user did do a beta content mod and showed it off, but um, yeah, there's lots of people that do mods, and some of the mods are kind of okay. I would say they're not the best when it comes to enhancing the game or making the game a little bit more polished, but um, I would say the beta content mod kind of brings some of the things back uh, from the beta release of the game, from the demos, that it was kind of notable. Um, but yeah, that's kind of one snippet that I think people kind of forget, that that development, that some of the development pieces were kind of cut out during that time, and yeah. Um, Other than that, I would say, this. I would say the long play was great. I love just like insulting, like just well, what do you call it, like talking back to like the what is it, the in-game messages that that the game sends you, like Razor. I kind of just like had fun, like just poking fun at Razor. It was actually quite interesting, but I think most people didn't enjoy that. If people didn't enjoy that piece of the long play of me just like talking back to the racers, the uh, talking back to like the what is it, the in-game messages. Don't worry, I think I'll stop doing that too. But if people did like it, I'll bring it back if people really want that. But yeah, one of the best moments there too. I love that. It was, it was like, it just, like it brought quite a bit of personality to me. I'll be honest. You like it was fun. It is fun to actually poke fun. Like, yeah. it was such great fun. Um, yeah, and Cross is there too. I like kind of just poking fun at him too and Cross, and yeah you know for the time this game was 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 created, I'll say it's kind of impressive. Um, yeah, yeah, and honestly, it was great to just do that. I don't think I ever did one for Vic, but yeah, and even the bios are very interesting too. The bios are very interesting. It was good. I kind of liked the it kind of had this cinematic feel, even though it was mostly gameplay. It had the cinematic feel to it, with the Blacklist bios. But I still can't get over Ronnie's car. To be honest, I still can't get over Ronnie's car. Yeah, like I still cannot get over like Ronnie's car being super duper ugly with the yellow and the green. Like, what the hell was the guy thinking? To be honest, I like to know. I like to know, and it says in his bio that he got it as a graduation gift. Like it says that he got the DB9 as like a graduation gift, but why make it that color? I still can't get over that. I really can't. It was just so fun to poke fun at his car. I'll be honest, and I love customizing it. It was great. Um, I like having the chance to customize this car, and it was great. I like how it looked at the end. It was it was really awesome looking. Um, yeah, Ronnie's car was kind of ugly, and um, Ming, I would say his movie, his like Blacklist entrance was great. I did record some of it. I did record some of the Blacklist intros too. Those are great. Just a lot of stuff too, but I didn't get to show off some stuff too that I think I was gonna show off, but I didn't want to, since I didn't want this playthrough to get so long to the point where it never ends. But that was like 6 7 years ago that I did start this that I did start Need for Speed Most Wanted, the playthrough of it. Actually, I didn't get anywhere into I didn't get anywhere after Blacklist 3 with that original playthrough. Yeah, I only got up to like 91, I guess. 91, and I did some of it on Twitch, but I didn't really last very long, and Twitch was kind of a platform that I didn't really like at all. So some of the playthrough is still there, some of the beta remnants there, but yeah, I decided to do this long play too like because this game is really long, and if I were to ever do a playthrough of this game, I would I would prefer to do a long play of this game, like a live stream long play, like like a like a playthrough where you guys get to see what the game is gonna be about live and in real time, like. And that's how I wanted this whole thing to be, and that's like the whole vision throughout this whole thing, and yeah. Like, I honestly, I wanted this to be kind of a kind of something that that I kind of would wanna go back to mostly ever again. So, you know, and looking back, this playthrough was okay, and I would I'm gonna say I got shit. I'm forgetting my train of thought again. Crap. Um. So yeah, I'm gonna say that this playthrough was okay, and considering that this playthrough was kind of a thought. Um, I would say I originally I didn't wanna even originally I didn't think doing this was a good idea, but looking back and looking at the if we could see, well, I'm gonna present my Okay, sorry for the audio inconvenience, but like I was gonna say here, um, this playthrough was kind of short lived, and I lost interest around um March around 2021. Like I would say around February, March of this of like 2021. I would say I I would say like during the first few weeks, during the first or second week of April, I was just like, you know what, I I don't even want to do this playthrough anymore. The Deep for Speed Most Wanted 2005 playthrough. At this point, because it was gonna take really long to do, and I already was like 91 episodes in, and I just didn't want to do it this way because it was so long, considering how it was that bad of a playthrough. And you can see those are like my earliest videos too. But um but like I said, I wanted to do this playthrough again, redo it all over again, since this was actually quite bad, I would say. But this was the original. That was the original playthrough for the game. I, I and now I'm like down uh to 2023, and now we're doing the live long play. And it's crazy really to think that 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 this playthrough this playthrough is so short lived in the beginning. Like I did it like 2 years ago. I ended it like 2 years ago, the original one, and now I get to redo it again this time in 2023, which is kind of crazy to think about. And I started this like in April of this year, so it's kind of crazy to think about since I decided to end the playthrough 2 years ago. I'll be honest, I lost interest during this point, and uh, you know, I I never wanted to do the original playthrough. I just thought like, why not do a live long play? And looking at this, um, I think it was a great idea from the start. Um, and in the beginning, I never wanted to do this game again, considering how long it was and how 2 years ago I was just not willing to do this game ever again. But, um, but at this time, I like the like the live streams are getting popular, and you guys showed a lot of support for the live streams, and and you know it, when I saw the popularity of the live streams uh, going up during the time, uh, I would say that's what kind of sparked my interest to do a live long play, since this is something that I wanted to do. And well, looking back, I well just doing this and looking back at this game and doing it justice is just really crazy to think. So uh you know one crazy experience really. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts through this game really, and I want to kind of answer your thoughts, your questions, either way through this game because I really wanted to provide an experience, you know, through this game. So yeah, yeah. Tell me what your guys' thoughts are, your overall thoughts. So I'll write it in the chat. Yeah. So tell me your overall thoughts on this, and you know, speaking of what I wanted to do so far, I think I think this kind of taught me a little bit something too, but you know, like I'm gonna say, like like if you have any thoughts of this playthrough, please leave them down in the live chat. I really greatly appreciate it. It's one of those things that me personally, like I never I think for me personally it was kind of a special it was kind of special to me since I never got to finish the original playthrough of this game. So because I was kind of too lazy to even think about doing other episodes for it. So yeah, and I thought this would be the best option, and the titles are kind of creative too. To be honest, actually no. Looking back, the titles are not at all creative. To be honest, that top five began. That was terrible. The titles were terrible. I would say yeah, the titles are kind of terrible. Looking back, I would have wanted to change the titles to kind of make them a little bit more modern. I would say. But overall, though, it was great, and um, even though the camera work was the worst, was kind of the even though the camera work wasn't the best, considering that I could have done better with the camera work. I should have just gotten a capture card for this, but literally a capture card is expensive, and when I wanted to do this playthrough, and I didn't. I chose to do it on a phone, and I know that sounds like I'm a broken record, and that sounds like I wanted this to be the case, but I wanted to get better quality, but some things happened, and yeah. My parents were home. I like I would honestly I would say I would say um one of the things that kind of prevented me from making this playthrough pretty great was just the lighting. The lighting was terrible, and I know I could ask my parents to kind of put down the blinds, but literally it was terrible, and yeah. I'm back. All right, you're good. Yeah, this yeah, I like if I could have done something better, it would have been in the camera. It would have been in the camera lighting, and um one of the things um prevented me to do this. Was kind of good lighting, but uh, in a way, I think I kind of persevered through. But I would say um, if I were able to do this playthrough again, I I would get better lighting. You know, yeah. At least I got shorts where the camera wasn't like was picking up on the stuff. I would say. God, this thing. Come on. I wanna plug in my computer just so it doesn't run out of battery while we're here. So yeah, at least I got shorts of this. Yes, I did. And I meant to do shorts of the finale, but I couldn't get to it. But at least you got some shorts to look forward to. Um, but yeah, I would say this experience was pretty good to say the least. Um, but yeah, that's one thing I would change for the foreseeable future if I were gonna do this playthrough again. But yeah, I'm not gonna touch this playthrough after a while, and I don't know when I'm gonna do games again. When I'm gonna do another long play, another playthrough again, like a playthrough live stream again. But I would think maybe 2, 3 live streams time, because I wanted it to be kind of like a way, I didn't want to do long plays back to back, but um, I would say though this is great, and if you guys ever like want me to do this playthrough again in the foreseeable future, I definitely would. And at least at this point I would say, like, why not? Because this is fun to make. I would say this is kind of good to make, but then again, it has some flaws, but I'm gonna learn from those mistakes and see what I can do to make them better. But then again, yeah, I like some things I just can't go back and do and go back and just replicate. So I just can't go back and say, like, oh yeah, I could have fixed this, but I couldn't do that since the editing software doesn't do. Yeah, I miss the NFS stuff. Yeah, the NFS stuff was good. Underground, I would say Underground was pretty good. Underground was pretty great. That one time I did Underground it was so terrible. I would say one of my worst streams. I would say the Underground one. Yeah, it was probably my worst stream, in my opinion. I could have done better, and I got stuck on that first level. Like, the AI was so relentless, I would say. But it was nothing I could fix really. But like, I was so terrible at the game. I couldn't really like. I I got so frustrated to the point where I was wanting to just quit the game and not touch it ever again. That's how I felt throughout this entire experience. That's how I felt throughout that entire experience, like the underground stream. Yeah, yeah. The undead. I like level with me here. Yeah, it was pretty bad, but yeah, like you said, you learn to be better. Of course, like I said, things could have gone a little bit better, but yeah, I would say I have some truth to what I say. Like, yeah, I learned to be better and to learn from my mistakes. I would say, and um, yeah, the underground playthrough was the underground stream wasn't great. I would say it was one of my worst streams ever. Another one of my worst streams was the Cars one, but I'm not gonna get into that. The Cars one, I really hated that one. Um, if I could throw that away in the abyss, I would. The Cars one, if I could throw that one in the abyss, I would. But yeah, um, but yeah, we're not gonna talk about the Cars one. That was absolutely horrible. But um. But yeah, the Need for Speed is one of those games that I like to look back on, and to think that this game is almost gonna turn at least how long has it been? So let me look at the phone for a bit. So let's see. Give me a minute while I search this up. Let me look at it. So 2020 30. It is gonna be 18 years at this point. So yeah, this game is gonna be 18 years old. Need for Speed Most Wanted is gonna be 18 years old. Can you believe that? Like literally, it was released like not too long ago. It was not released. It was released like 18 years ago. Like almost as old as me. I, I'll, I'll give it credit where credit's due. But honestly, I I would say it's crazy to think about, real crazy to think about it. To be honest, Carbon was good, I would say, but um, Most Wanted does have its perks. It does have its perks. Yeah, Carbon have better customization. I would say if I had to pick one Need for Speed game, I would have to say maybe Carbon. Um, Carbon did, I would say, what Need for Speed Most Wanted didn't do. '05 didn't do. Customization was better. The auto sculpt was kind of creative. How you can, layer different vinyls on your cars and stuff, and the auto sculptor too. Uh, and just overall, I would say they had better crews. Like, Need for Speed Most Wanted didn't have crews, but the highlight of Carbon was crews. You had to get to do territory. You had to take territory from other race groups. I would say like 21st Street, Bushido, TFK. Weird names, um, but those that's what they were called. The three main crews of the of Need for Speed Carbon, but yeah, I would say yeah, but Carbon has cause some good has a good story, and even though the story was kind of short too, Carbon I would say has a shorter story. Um, it didn't really have much of a story, and I think Most Wanted suffers from this too. Like it didn't. These two games didn't really focus so much on story as much as I love these two games. You know, the story aspect of these games, like I don't know, it didn't kind of make sense at all. It just didn't make any sense at all in any of the word. But that's kind of like my whole emphasis on that. Um, if anybody wants to, argue with me about that, go ahead. I want a good, clean argument with this because I really would love to hear you guys' opinions on this. It kind of keeps me interested to see. So like, yeah, you know, kind of something that I feel that it has. So Carbon had better customization. Most Wanted in many cases, it like both games didn't have good stories at all. I'll be honest. The story wasn't really that good. Yeah, I have not played those, so you gotta get someone else too. Yeah, yeah. So you know, both of those games are like on different platforms. PS2, I think like PS3. Uh, I don't think Most Wanted is on PS3, but definitely Carbon. Wii. Uh, Wii. You can get you can get Carbon on Wii. Carbon's really weird on Wii, I would say. Um, the physics on the game for Wii it was really is really weird, I would say. I, I I didn't get a chance to look that up, but from what I've seen, it's kind of weird, the physics of the game. But if I were to say the experience, if you want to get these on like console, I would say go for Xbox, Xbox 360 maybe, or PC, or I would say I'm gonna probably say GameCube too. GameCube as well. I have the GameCube version of Most Wanted. Um, Carbon does have the GameCube version as well. Those two on GameCube are pretty good. and they're compatible with the Wii too. So that's why I got the I got to play Most Wanted on the Wii, because it's back the GameCube disc is compatible with the Wii. So um, yeah, yeah, that was that's one of the things that I kind of enjoyed that as well. And that's why I played it on the Wii instead of the actual GameCube. Even though I got the actual GameCube, it's hard to kind of take out, and I don't want to deal with so many cords. So yeah, that's why I decided not to do it on the GameCube. But I mean, if you could really say if you could really say that the GameCube, if I could really say this, like, I would say the GameCube, I don't know. The GameCube looks kind of grainy, to be honest. If you think about it, I would say it looks the grainiest out of the other one, and along with PS2. The PS2, I get it, like, it had some good games and good graphics, but I would say I would say the PS2 version and the GameCube version of Most Wanted, Need for Speed Most Wanted '05, um, hadn't really aged well, to be honest with you. If you play those on like original hardware, you know, it, it if you play that game on original hardware, either on PS2 or GameCube, I would say, like, it kind of looks grainy, to be honest. But um, one thing I will say though, if you're looking for a good experience, I would say, if you're looking for beautiful graphics, I would say I would lean more towards PC or the Xbox. Like, what do you say that I'm kind of saying, like, the like like if, like, crap. So I'm losing my train of thought again. Shit. Um. So why I say that the graphics don't look good on on GameCube and PS2 is that, you know generally it looks the same, but like the shading and the lighting is kind of gotten a little worse in PS2 and GameCube. And considering those consoles were not, like, PS2 was pretty powerful, but like it kind of looked it just looked a little off, I would say. And GameCube, I would say, as well. And GameCube was not really that powerful of a console, I would say. And I would understand that for GameCube, because, like, some of the games on GameCube, like, I would say yeah, it kind of looks a little off. If you look at the difference. So um let me see. Graphics comparison.
Did you know that now you can use AI in Adobe Express?
I'm not gonna show that. Anyway, I'm gonna show up the graphics comparison, because look at that. I'm gonna probably probably say that there. Okay, side by side. So Okay. I think I didn't get a good comparisons video. Yeah, so let's see. Xbox. So there's a load of different consoles that you can get this on. So, so you see the difference. So that's 510. So look at the difference between these cars. Like this one car here. Like you can see that the Game Boy Advance isn't aged well at all for 510. Because I never played 510 in my life. And look at how kind of grainy it looks here. So like, oh god. So at look at this. So you can see that so that's the PS2 like up there, and you can see how unfaded it looks, and then look at the GameCube version of this game too. Like it looks kind of like grainy almost. And then I think as you get into what is it, Xbox, it starts to look a little better, but it doesn't look as perfect as it should. But Xbox 360 is when you're gonna get the upgrade in visuals. So here it is. Like this is how it looks visually on the Xbox 360, and then you get to games for Windows. For Windows, like Windows Vista or Windows XP, I think, and it looks honestly better. So these two will look way better. These two kind of look really grainy, to be honest. So yeah, you can see that's why I kind of pulled up that in comparison to that. So yeah, damn, yeah, I know. It's just it's just how it looks. It looks like it. It looks almost like washed out, to be honest with you. So kind of something that that like kind of that kind of throws the whole thing off. Like you see the comparison in graphics, and it's just so obvious. So I kind of agree. I kind of just think that the PS2 and GameCube kind of have that shady feel, but just like a grained out experience there. Like it doesn't look half as decent as Xbox and games for Windows One, like the PC version. But that's like how I feel about those anyway when it comes to that. So yeah, that's kind of something for you. So yeah. Um all right. So I think we're kind of low on time. We're like in 1 hour and 17 minutes. Uh, everyone, I generally would I would thank everyone for coming to the stream. Today's stream was something great. I really appreciate you guys coming in into the stream and talking about this game with me. I would say, and I would love to do a lot of long plays in the future, and I'm considering that we've done this. This is like the first long play, and I'm gonna do more in the future. I know you guys said like Super Mario Brothers 3, um, and I think one of you said like Mario Party 8 was one of the options. I put Mario Party 8 as one of the options because I think that could be a good game for a long play as well. But you know, I don't know what you guys want first, cause like either way, I'm gonna do both of those games. I'm gonna do both of those games to be honest. So, let's see. So like, what do you guys want first? What game do you guys want first for like long play? Um, I got like you guys gave me some ideas like Mario Party 8. Like, you guys did give me ideas like Super Mario Brothers 3. Um, and I'm thinking either Mario Party. I'm gonna do that game next. If people want me to do Mario 3, I'm not gonna do Mario Party 8 and Mario 3 at the same time, but I'm gonna do Mario 3 first to do that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what I kind of thought. Yeah. That's what I kind of thought. Yeah. So, um, of course, uh, yeah, of course, the game. The game is probably more fun. I played it a little bit recently, but like I got only to like World 3, of course, but um it, I would say that that game is more fun. Even though World 6 is a terrible world. I would say that the one with the oh my god, the one with the Buzzy Beetles, the that that World 6 level with the Buzzy Beetles that you have to go ahead and swipe your little tail. Yeah, like it's so frustrating. But yeah, other than that, the game is absolutely a riot to do. Yeah, it's absolutely great to do. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Stay tuned for more of that. More streams coming soon. I will be doing a Netflix plus gaming um, about ideas stream. That was originally gonna be last Saturday as well. I'm gonna push it back to tomorrow, so we can have weekend streams again as planned. I'm still gonna do more content if if I'm gonna go through shorts will be coming soon if I can get them done fast enough. Uh, so yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end this poll now. Um, and make sure everyone has is good for this. So